Hello, everyone. I'm Frank Fumi, and welcome to the Emerging Franchise Brands podcast. We are here in Las Vegas at the 2025 IFA Annual Convention. Super excited to interview franchise founders and industry pros. I've got Allie from WED Society here. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you today?
Doing well. Nice to meet you. So,
nice to meet you.
Why don't you tell our audience what WED Society is, what you guys are up to, and what you guys do?
Yeah, thank you for asking. So WED Society is a wedding media franchise. We started in Texas and actually started in Oklahoma, quickly grew into Texas. But our business model is that we work with wedding vendors in local marketplaces. They sign advertising contracts with WED Society, so there's a great recurring revenue model for franchise owners. And we promote those vendors across 4 different channels. So those vendors benefit from us getting more eyeballs on them, brand value, brand exposure, customer interactions. So we're actually driving both direct and indirect inquiries to these vendors, as well as hosting a couple of in-person events in each of our territories. So if you're familiar with the Knot or Wedding Wire, those companies do a really great job of promoting vendors on a national scale, and they have a directory website where you can source vendors. But we do this on a very hyper-local focus. So in each territory, our franchise owner is building this within their territory, and they have the opportunity to work with vendors of all types, everything from, you would traditionally think about venues, florists, planners, but we're even seeing wedding pet attendants and wedding content creators and ice sculptors for weddings.
Nice.
So they can sign, the opportunities are limitless from a customer standpoint. And then our general audience for WED Society is couples that are actively planning and sourcing those high value vendors.
One-stop shopping for all your wedding needs.
Correct. Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So our each franchise is going to obviously have its own website, but our 4 channels are digital, social. We also have a print publication. So in each market, we have something called the Book of Weddings, and it's the best of the best weddings that have taken place in Nashville, Tennessee as an example for that calendar year. So for a lot of vendors, they don't have a great opportunity to have their work that they've brought to life showcased in a print format, and we're able to bring that to the market, and it's an elevated, more of a coffee table book than a print magazine.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So you are the VP of Franchise Development, correct?
Yes.
And how many franchises you guys have awarded right now?
We currently have 16 awarded. 15 of those are open.
Congrats.
Thank you so much. We also recently, our 16th unit was one of our current owners who just opened back in January, already decided they're ready to move forward with a second unit. So they've gone ahead and secured that second territory.
That's a great sign.
Yes. And another huge benefit to franchising with WED Society is our territory sizes. So a little bit unheard of in the franchise industry, but we're metro-based. So as an example, Omaha, Nebraska is 1 territory, and Dallas-Fort Worth was 1 territory. So a lot of opportunity to have that those protected boundaries, and showcase that with that hyper-local focus on your market.
Okay, brilliant. This your first IFA?
It is, yes.
It is?
Yes.
What do you think about it so far?
It's great. I got the pleasure of coming in for a early session yesterday and have really enjoyed some of the sessions. Had a great one this morning and about to head to a couple more. So just appreciate being able to really invest in obviously educating ourselves about not only hearing from experts, but also seeing companies like you who are here and learning what's available to us franchisors.
You got any big goal or objective from this event that you want to take back home?
You know, we have a good group of us here, all from kind of different areas of the company. So for me in particular, I think it's a lot of the sales tools that I've learned in some of the sessions that I've sat into, and ways that not only we as a franchisor can help showcase our brand to prospective owners, but also empower our franchisees to sell in a very I guess a well-designed way. That's probably a weird way to put it, but empower them with some of the tools that we've learned here, but adapted for their business model.
Well, you probably noticed the franchise community is so generous with sharing of best practices that you're going to come away with so much, probably more than you even expect.
Yes, it's been great to connect with people. Everyone's been so friendly, and so definitely would highly recommend if you're considering coming. It's definitely worth the trip.
Great. Well, Allie, thanks so much for stopping by.
Yes,
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you for tuning into the Emerging Franchise Brands podcast. For additional insights, guest applications, and to stay connected, visit us at efbpodcast.com. The Emerging Franchise Brands podcast is for entertainment purposes only, and the views expressed do not necessarily represent those of Emerging Franchise Brands, its host Frank Fiume, or Emerging Franchise Group LLC. Any discussed franchise or investment opportunity requires thorough investigation, obtaining proper disclosure documents, and expert consultation before making any investment decisions. The podcast and its host do not offer professional advice or endorsements, and they hold no responsibility for actions, representations, accuracy, or consequential damages related to the podcast content.